Your 20s can feel very expensive. Not only financially, emotionally too. You are trying to become someone. You are trying to catch up. You are trying to prove yourself. You are trying to enjoy life. Before life gets serious, and in the middle of all that, money becomes confusing. Because your 20s are full of mixed signals. People tell you to enjoy youth. People tell you to invest early. People tell you to take risks. People tell you to be responsible. People tell you to live your life. And somehow, you're supposed to do all of that at once. That is why so many people make money mistakes in their 20s that follow them much longer than expected. Not always because they are careless, not always because they are lazy, but because they are young, pressured, hopeful, insecure, ambitious, and still learning what money really means. Your 20s are not just when you earn. They are when you build patterns. And patterns can quietly shape the next decade of your life. So this is not about guilt. It is about seeing clearly. Because if you understand these mistakes early, you can save yourself years of unnecessary pressure. Mistake 1. Spending to look like you are doing well. The first big mistake is spending for image. In your 20s, image can feel very important. You want to look like you are moving forward. You want to look successful. You want to look like you belong. You want proof that your life is starting to work. So money becomes a signal. Better clothes, better phone, better dinners, better trips, better looking routines. Not always because you love those things. Sometimes because you do not want to feel behind. That is what makes this so human. A lot of 20-somethings are not spending because they are greedy. They are spending because they are insecure, because they are comparing, because they are tired of feeling small, because they want visible proof that they are becoming someone. But money spent on image is money not spent on strength, not on savings, not on flexibility, not on peace, not on future options. Looking ahead is not the same as getting ahead. And one of the quietest traps of your 20s is building a lifestyle before you build a foundation. Mistake 2. Waiting too long to build financial structure. The second mistake is delay. A lot of people in their 20s think structure can wait. Budgeting can wait. Saving can wait. Investing can wait. Emergency funds can wait. They tell themselves, I'm still young. I don't make enough yet. I'll do it when life is more stable. I'll get serious later. That sounds harmless. But later comes fast. And the habit of delay grows quietly. What makes this mistake dangerous is not only lost time, it is the mindset behind it. Because every time you say, I'll take care of it later. You teach yourself that financial structure is optional, that it belongs to the future version of you. But the future version of you is built by what you repeat now. Even small structure matters. Tracking spending matters. Saving something matters. Reducing unnecessary debt matters. Learning basic investing matters. You do not need to do everything perfectly in your 20s. But you do need to start respecting structure early. Because when life gets heavier later, weak habits get exposed. And many people in their 30s are not only paying bills, they are paying for the delay of their 20s. Mistake 3: underestimating small habits. The third mistake is underestimating small decisions. In your 20s, a lot of things feel temporary. A few extra subscriptions, a few nights out, a few impulse purchases, a few monthly payments, a little debt, a little overspending, a little chaos. It all feels manageable. Because one small decision does not look dangerous. And that is exactly why it is dangerous. Most financial pressure does not come from one dramatic choice. It comes from repeated small patterns. Leaks that feel normal. Habits that feel harmless. Behaviors that do not look serious. Until time multiplies them. That is a lesson many people learn late. Tiny habits do not stay tiny when they repeat for years. The same is true in the positive direction. Small savings matter. Small investing habits matter. Small acts of restraint matter. Small pauses before spending matter. Your 20s often teach you whether you live by impulse or by pattern. And pattern always gets stronger with time. The emotional reality of your 20s. To understand these mistakes, you have to understand the emotional reality of your 20s. This is often the decade where people feel both free and unstable, excited and insecure, ambitious and lost, social and lonely, hopeful and behind. That emotional combination affects money. When you feel behind, you spend to catch up. When you feel insecure, you spend to feel visible. When you feel exhausted, you spend for relief. When you feel uncertain, you delay structure. When you feel like life has not started yet, you treat your choices as temporary. But temporary choices can create long-term pressure. That is why your 20s need honesty. Not just ambition. Not just hustle. Not just better income. You need to understand what role money is playing in your emotions. Is it helping you build? Or helping you cope? Is it creating strength? Or helping you perform progress? The answer matters more than most people think. The cost of getting these wrong. People often say, your 20s are for making mistakes. And yes, mistakes are part of growth. But some mistakes become patterns. And patterns become pressure. The cost of financial mistakes in your 20s is not only money lost, it is momentum lost, confidence lost, flexibility lost, years lost at cleaning up what could have been lighter. Debt can follow you. Weak habits can follow you. Lifestyle expectations can follow you. Stress can follow you. And worst of all, a fragile relationship with money can follow you. That is what many people underestimate. Money is not only numbers. It becomes part of your nervous system. It affects how safe you feel, how much choice you feel you have, how calm you are about the future. Getting your 20s wrong does not ruin your life, but it can make adulthood heavier than it needed to be. And that is reason enough to take these years seriously. What to do instead in your 20s? So what actually helps? First, stop using money to prove that your life is working. Let your life be in progress. Let it look unfinished. That is normal. Second, start small, but start early. Small savings matter. Small structure matters. Small investing matters. Small discipline matters. The amount does not matter first. The identity does. Third, learn to separate relief spending from useful spending. Ask yourself, am I buying this because it helps my life? Or because I need emotional proof right now? Fourth, protect flexibility. In your 20s, freedom matters more than appearances. Low pressure is power. Low fixed costs are power. Margin is power. Fifth, do not wait until you feel fully ready to become financially serious. Serious does not mean rigid. It means honest. It means awake. It means you stop treating your future like someone else will handle it. What really matters by the end of your 20s? By the end of your 20s, you do not need to be rich. You do not need to have everything figured out. You do not need perfect timing. You do not need an impressive life. But it helps if you have patterns. It helps if you have some self-control. It helps if you have less debt than pressure wants. It helps if you have some savings. It helps if you know how to pause. It helps if you stop buying every feeling. It helps if you understand that money can either support your life or quietly control it. The goal of your 20s is not to look established. It is to become steadier. That is a better beginning. That is a better kind of progress. And that kind of progress often looks less impressive from the outside, but it feels much better inside. Closing. In the end, your 20s are not only about what you earn, they are about what you normalize, what you tolerate, what you repeat, what you think money is for. If money becomes a tool for image, your future gets delayed. If money becomes something you only deal with later, your pressure grows quietly. If small habits feel too small to matter, time will eventually prove otherwise. The good news is this: you do not need to be perfect early. You just need to stop being careless on purpose. Stop spending to prove. Stop delaying structure. Stop underestimating patterns. That alone can change the next decade of your life. Because real financial strength rarely begins with something dramatic. It begins when a person becomes honest enough to stop making their future pay for the emotions of the present. Thank you for listening and for staying with me until the end of this video. Please subscribe to the channel for next video.